Welcome back to the deep dive. We're here again, ready to explore your insights, your reflections, and your really profound questions, turning them into moments of clarity.
That's the goal.
And today, we're diving into something truly unique. It's guided by your own experiences and the wisdom you've drawn from the Dream and a Dream teachings. Our focus, well, it's deeply personal, but I think it resonates universally. We're going to explore the intricate dance between our actions and, their karmic consequences.
And the power of spiritual merit.
Exactly. The transformative power of merit and how one person's spiritual journey can actually light the way for their whole family. It's about seeing those unseen connections in your life.
Right. And for this, we'll be drawing directly from your personal story, which is quite rich, and also the insights from those Dream in a Dream teachings you've been following. It's a powerful mix.
Yeah. It really is. So our mission today is to, gently unpack these layers, offer some real clarity on the nuggets of knowledge you've shared, and hopefully spark some aha moments.
Yeah.
To illuminate your path, maybe the paths of those around you too.
Yeah.
Okay, let's dive right in. Let's kick things off with your own story. It's quite inspiring. You're a homemaker, you're caring for your family, and you've also taken over your mother's money lending business. But then a really big shift happened when a friend introduced you to the Dream in a Dream channel, DMC.
Yes. And what's really compelling is how deeply you embraced it. You started watching daily, so much so that your two young sons just knew that evenings were, mom's TV time.
Okay.
It wasn't just a casual thing. It became a really central part of your routine, your life, really.
And here's where it gets really interesting. The dynamic with your husband, an engineer.
Yeah.
He wasn't initially keen on this new viewing habit. He even suggested turning the TV off at night. But you found this, I think, really thoughtful solution. You moved the TV into the bedroom, and you were quietly hoping the celestial being, this revered figure in the teachings, might listen in.
A sort of subtle invitation.
Exactly. And it seems like that wisdom started to, take root, didn't it? Because over time, he began just listening while he was in bed.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, he's even okay with your temple visits now, which was something he resisted before.
It's quite remarkable, actually, how your quiet, consistent dedication created this ripple effect. It wasn't about arguments or making demands.
No.
It was your steady practice that seemed to move him from, disagreement to gradual acceptance, and maybe even a kind of quiet participation just by listening. That slow shift, born from your own sustained spiritual practice, it really shows the power of gentle influence in a family.
Yeah, it really does. And your own journey then led you to think about your father's life. His experiences offer another powerful illustration of these teachings. He was a former Air Force surgeon.
Correct.
And from his youth into his 50s, he had some very specific habits. Daily alcohol, except during Buddhist Lent. He collected amulets. And he was heavily involved in cockfighting and also that TV boxing, both watching and gambling on it.
And this leads us to a really poignant part of your story, his final years. He passed away at 63 back in 1998. But in the last 5 years, he went through a lot. A series of severe illnesses.
Yeah.
He had double eye surgery, which left him blind for almost a month. He was vomiting blood clots. Diagnosed with cirrhosis of the liver, which cost, I think you said, a staggering 100,000 baht in medical bills.
Oh.
And he struggled terribly just to eat or even drink water, often choking, you mentioned, with this distinct guk-guk sound in his throat, and frequent vomiting.
Yeah, that guk-guk sound.
And the teachings make this really vivid, almost heartbreaking comparison. His symptoms were likened to a fighting cock having phlegm removed with a feather.
Ugh, that image is just, it's incredibly visceral. It really drives home the suffering he must have gone through.
It does.
And the teachings you shared connect these really severe physical problems directly to his specific actions, like the eye issues linked to witnessing or being part of the blows in boxing, the liver cirrhosis directly from the habitual drinking, and that choking, the guk-guk sound, the vomiting tied to the karma from the cockfighting. What's really insightful, I think, isn't just a list of bad things happening.
No, it's the precision.
Exactly. It's the precise, almost mirrored way karma seems to manifest, echoing the very acts that caused the harm in the first place.
And you also brought up that concept, the idea of sort of rejoicing in someone else's wrongdoing or harm.
Yes, let's talk about that.
Okay, because it's really crucial. The teachings explain it's not just the physical act itself, it's the mental approval. Cheering for the one winning, the one inflicting harm, or condemning the one who falls. That creates a powerful karmic link.
So even just cheering from the sidelines,
Right. It's an active mental participation. It kind of draws you into the negative consequences of that action, even if you weren't physically throwing a punch or, in the ring yourself.
That makes sense. Now, you made real efforts to help your father, both before and after he passed away. Before he died, you invited 9 monks to your home, offered a Cathan robe.
A significant act of merit.
Yes. And then, after his death, you visited the temple for the first time, December 28th, 2004, and made an offering for a glass pillar with your 2 sons.
Right. And what's fascinating here is seeing the clear difference in the impact of those actions. Initially, after the monk's visit and the Cathan offering, that merit did help him. It prevented him from falling into, let's say, lower realms.
Okay.
He ended up in a sort of middle-tier celestial realm. His spiritual abode, his spirit's home, was described as being layered over his old house on Earth, and his mind was partially cloudy, partially clear, kind of light gray.
So better, but not perfect.
Exactly. And critically, his subtle body, the energetic form, still felt echoes of his earthly pain, including that gok-gok sensation you mentioned. So the merit was definitely helpful, but it didn't completely resolve his suffering.
But then, after you specifically dedicated the merit from the glass pillar offering, something really remarkable seems to have happened. You dreamt of your father, and he looked much younger, brighter. That feels like a huge shift. When we see such a clear change linked to one specific act of merit, what does that tell us about merit itself? How it works beyond just, our physical world?
Well, this is where the precision of dedicated merit really comes through. It's a real aha moment in the teachings. That specific dedication of the glass pillar merit allowed him to receive it directly, fully.
Oh, okay.
And that led to a profound transformation. His clothes appeared finer in the dream, his food more refined, his spiritual home became more radiant, his skin started to glow, and crucially, he found immense relief from the pain he was still feeling in his subtle body. He even managed to convey a message through your dreams, expressing deep gratitude. And a stronger belief in merit now, eager for more, it just highlights the incredible power you have to influence things beyond the physical and the tangible, lasting effects when merit is directly transferred like that.
That's truly amazing. Okay, let's shift gears a bit now to your profession. You inherited this money lending business from your mother.
Right.
And you saw it as a way to help people, charging lower interest than others might. But then, after watching DMC, he started to worry about potential negative karma. You even thought about quitting, but weren't sure what else you could do.
Yes, and you've raised a really important practical question there. The karmic implications of money lending. The teachings seem to clarify something important here.
Which is?
That the really severe consequences you might read about in some case studies like kidney disease or total financial ruin for borrowers, those aren't usually from all lending. They stem specifically from loan sharking.
Okay, so there's a difference.
A big difference. It's when the intention is exploitative. To profit from someone's desperation by charging these crushing interest rates that just destroy their well-being.
So how does that apply to your situation? How do we navigate this?
Well, the advice seems to be about differentiation. If your intention is genuinely to help and the interest rate you charge is reasonable, maybe a bit higher than a bank because the risk is higher for you,
Sure, that makes sense.
but it doesn't cause undue hardship or distress to either party, then it's viewed as a legitimate business. Think about the contrast. One lender wants to exploit, pushing someone deeper into debt. Another, perhaps like you, genuinely wants to help a neighbor through a tough spot, charging a fair rate that reflects the risk but doesn't cripple them. The teaching suggests these create very different karmic results.
So intention is key.
Intention and impact both matter. It's crucial not to let the worry paralyze you, stop you from earning a living. If the intention is pure and the impact isn't harmful exploitation, it's generally okay.
Okay.
But there was also a critical point for the borrowers mentioned.
Ooh, what was that?
Always have the intention to repay. Intentionally not repaying, when you could, creates its own negative karma for the borrower. It's kind of a two-way street of responsibility and good faith.
Right, that makes sense. Responsibility on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You also reflected on your family life. You married into a family that doesn't fully grasp the concept of merit, maybe just doing some minor charity now and then.
Mm-hmm.
And your own original family, while they do good deeds, they haven't really embraced the specific temple you now frequent. It's a common situation, isn't it? Finding a path that your loved ones haven't quite found yet.
It is. And what's really insightful here is how your current family situation is framed in the teachings. It's presented almost as a purposeful assignment for you.
An assignment? How so?
You're meant to be a Kalyana Mitra, a
Wow.
spiritual friend, a guide, like a lamp, bringing light and understanding to this family. Your husband, for instance, despite his initial hesitations, is described as fundamentally good. He might lack deep study of the Buddhist teachings. Maybe he has some negative views about monks based on, a few bad examples. Generalizing that to everyone.
Seeing the bad apples, yeah.
Right. But his core goodness is still there.
So what's the advice then?
Patience. Give him time. Trust in that innate goodness. The most powerful way to inspire your family, according to these teachings, isn't through arguing or trying to persuade them. It's through your own transformation. As you change for the better, becoming more peaceful, kinder, more understanding, that creates its own kind of miracle, that's what will inspire them, draw them towards the path you found. It's really about leading by example, letting your light shine.
I like that. Leading by example.
And this personal transformation, the idea is, will eventually encourage your whole family to become a Dhammakaya family, one connected to these practices. Now, regarding your sons, aged 7 and 5, the guidance is to gently instill good values. Encourage short-term ordination maybe when they're older. But ultimately, their decision to ordain or follow any spiritual path deeply depends on their own faith, their own accumulated merits, their karma.
So you can't force it.
Exactly. If they have the karmic inclination, they'll follow that path. If not, no amount of pushing will work. It's about planting seeds, nurturing them, but respecting their individual journeys.
Planting seeds. That resonates. Okay, finally, you asked about the deep connection you feel with the friend who introduced you to DMC in the first place.
Ah, yes, the spiritual friendship.
You mentioned you'd never hesitate to do good deeds with her, always with a joyful heart. That feeling of immediate resonance, like you've known someone forever.
It's a beautiful thing, and these teachings offer an explanation for that kind of profound connection that seems to, transcend this lifetime.
What do they say?
The wisdom reveals that you and your friend were, in past lives, providers of provisions together. The term used was kangsabagat, kangsabang. Basically, you work together building merit, like a spiritual support team across different existences.
Wow. So we've done this before.
That's the idea. It explains that immediate click, that shared enthusiasm for spiritual things you feel now. It's not new. It's a continuation of a long-standing partnership, a shared spiritual journey that stretches through time.
That's actually really comforting and affirming. So that strong bond isn't just random.
Not according to this wisdom. It's a continuation. And the advice is simple. Keep building merit together. Don't miss opportunities. And set that aspiration, that intention to follow each other into future special merit circles. It really speaks to the enduring power of true spiritual friendship.
What an incredible deep dive this has been today, really. We've navigated the complex web of karma, seen the precision of dedicated merit, got some clarity on ethical business,
The family dynamics.
understood our role as maybe spiritual lamps in our families, and recognized the power of these friendships across lifetimes.
Yeah.
It's a lot to take in. But what really stands out is just how deeply interconnected everything is.
Indeed. I think the wisdom we've explored really emphasizes that understanding and, more importantly, applying these principles can bring so much clarity and purpose. It really highlights the importance of our intention and the tangible, lasting effects of merit. Even in ways we can't always see in those subtle realms, it's about consciously building a good foundation, not just for ourselves, but for everyone we care about now and, into the future.
Absolutely. And for you, our listener, maybe here's a thought to carry with you from all this. Just consider how your own journey, your own understanding and self-transformation, illuminated by teachings like these, how that can become the most powerful catalyst for positive change. Not just for you, but for everyone around you. Maybe ask yourself, what small intentional step could you take this week just to deepen your own understanding and sort of radiate that wisdom outwards?